bagel?
Yummy. And peeled.
You've peeled the whole bottom off of that bagel. It's kind of weird.
Well, now I can eat it longer.
It looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like a cupcake with white frosting now. But it's not going to be sweet. It's going to be savory.
And this looks like Mr. Prune Face.
It looks like Prune Face from Dick Tracy. That's funny. Prune Face. Good morning. Kate has just walked in this last second, so it's all just happening here. Got Todd Christian and White Whale Comics and Backseat Driver. Good morning. And the immortal Big E Shaq, NWO.
What does NWO mean?
New World Order, but it's a wrestling term as well. And that's the crew of guys that get together. They're a team, and they're on The Hunt, and they were on the Power Hour last night with Kenny and Big E. And yeah, so I got 3 books that I unboxed last night on the Power Hour on the Comic Head 84 channel with Biggie, and I decided to put them all up here in the background. It was amazing. I'm just blown away. Backseat says, good morning, Kate and Charlie. And John.
Jennifer.
Yeah, there's Jennifer. Hello, good morning. And I've got my Sandman Volume 1 right here, Jennifer. Right there. You broke your peeled bagel.
Because the hard part around it is a shell is what keeps it together. So when you get it off, it breaks apart into 2 pieces.
Oh my gosh.
Science.
It's supposed to rain here all day, but we haven't had it. I see a little bit of blue skies.
It's going to start at 8:30 or like 8:15 or something.
I was going to say it's 8:30 right now.
Yeah, that's why we started.
So it might start raining in the middle of the show here. Here's some fun raining noises. Yeah, so I'm supposed to be reading Sandman Volume 1 this month. And at the end of the month, I'll be joining Jennifer and Dan from Comic Chop News to discuss it. It's my first time ever reading Sandman. Yeah, Charlie, what's up? Why are you raising your hand?
Can we make this bagel Saturdays?
We usually do have them on Saturdays. I mean, it's pretty consistent.
But the rule is when you join it, you have to type a bagel emoji.
White Whale Comics says, if you don't like Sandman, that will break my heart. There you go. I think there's a lot of people very nervous about me reading this. My reputation might be preceding me.
What does that mean?
That I'm notorious for being very difficult and hard on books.
What's notorious?
That I'm known for it. Salendal, good morning. So I've been trying to prepare myself to control my inner critic and just sort of read it for enjoyment's sake and see what happens. Sandman Volume 1 is interesting because it has a lot of DC Universe connections, says Todd. Oh, that's interesting.
Bagels.
Jennifer likes bagel Saturdays.
This bagel
Yeah?
literally is perfect. It's flat, the cream cheese is flat, and it has a tiny hole.
So we're having some bagels today.
Alec liked it too.
Alec put a bagel emoji in. Yeah, so did Backseat Driver. I love it. Mm-hmm. So good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a nice start to your weekend. Hopefully you're going to enjoy your weekend a little bit. I know we got Veterans Day coming up next week. So thank you to all you veterans in the chat. Those of you who have served in the armed forces, we are thankful for you and your service.
In England, they call it Remembrance Day,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of just remembering the people who were died in war, it's also who were injured.
Yeah, and we've got Memorial Day and Veterans Day, right? Memorial Day is the day for the fallen soldiers, and Veterans Day is for those that are living and have served or are currently serving, right?
So, Opa?
Yeah, well, Grandpa Ron Opa. They both would have
Both
been people.
Rons.
In the past, they were people that we called every Veterans Day just to say hi and thank you.
From the were they called from the war?
What's that?
Were they called from the war place?
No, we would call them on this day
Oh,
just to thank them and remind them that we appreciate what they did, right?
nice.
Notorious JOHN says Joel. That's funny. Yeah, there were a lot of comments on that post, Biggie. I think everybody recognizes there's some bangers, man. Okay, Connie, nice to see you here. Hi, Connie. Is that a Tinkerbell? That's a fairy, I think. Emoji.
Frau Connie?
I've seen that.
Backseat says Armed Forces Day is for those currently serving. It's the third Saturday in May.
Frau Connie?
That is awesome to hear. No, not Frau Connie.
Oh.
There's a woman at my school named Connie who was a teacher, but that's not this Connie. She spells hers Conny. This is Connie.
Oh yeah, more IEs. Like me. Then
I
maybe
thought Connie at school was IE.
Nope.
Kate's like, I've been writing the thing.
She was your
wrong."
teacher.
In first grade.
All right.
How many years ago was that?
Well, she's in 7th grade now, right? No, she's in
6 years
7th.
ago.
Yeah, so 6 years ago. There you go.
It was only 6 years ago.
Only 6 years ago.
I remember my.
All right, so I'm going to do my weekly update for
which?
Ten of Swords right now. There were 2 issues this week. X-Men issue 14, which I got this beautiful Cyclops cover. Got that Mylar glare going on there.
Cyclops?
Yeah, isn't that a cool Cyclops cover?
What did they do to him?
Nothing. He's like going rah and blasting.
Oh, did Jean do something to him?
Why are you blaming Jean?
Because Jean does everything.
She usually hurt
Jeez.
him.
Or bad.
I'm
He
just
usually
I'm
goes
just showing a
to-
piece of art, and you guys you're shaming Jean. Isn't that cool?
Well, sometimes
Yeah,
she
but
does
whenever
things
something
like
happens to her, he gets mad. Or she does something.
Is that how it works?
Yeah,
it's
once
all
he
it's all her
blasted-
fault. She's the problem.
Mhm.
Cyclops is never the problem.
Well, I mean, he was the douchebag in one of you said in your videos.
Charlie!
Yeah, that's a joke, but
That's
yeah,
not a good word.
entertaining. I'm sure I'll get some LOLs in the chat, but not so much. Yeah, I mean, Cyclops messes up. Cyclops can be a complete tool. In fact, I'm sure the chat will tell you all the times in which Cyclops
I'm
was
good.
not the
Please
good guy.
don't. Please don't.
I know you're a
Do
Cyclops.
it.
I know we're
Do it.
Cyclops fans around
Perry
here.
joined right after.
Perry missed the joke. He probably was in time.
What that?
I know we're big Cyclops fans around here. We like Cyclops.
Oh my
He's a cool,
God, what
cool
the
leader
heck
guy.
happened to
But
Storm?
yeah, he's got his you know.
Are they
Up and down.
dancing the tango?
They are. Yeah, this is the other cover. Storm and
Comics on
this
mine.
gentleman who she is going to be facing in the arena.
Look at what comics in mine said.
Kirk says,
Tap dances into the chat.
there you go, tap dance in. Cyclops killed Professor X once. There you go. There's one. It's a fantastic word, says Virgin. Charlie with truth bombs, says Jennifer. Splash page says, whoop, came in at the wrong time. On the bright side, there are worse ways to describe him. This is true. This is true. Hello, Mr. White Gloves. Thank you for coming.
Who is that?
John, what's the
guy?
first Lord of the Rings? It's Fellowship of the Ring. So the first film would be Fellowship.
Second is Two Towers.
Then it's Two Towers, which is pretty easy because it's got a 2 in
forgot
it.
what you said.
And then the last one's called Return of the King.
And then there's a fourth one.
So Perry is going to try to binge the extended edition films this weekend. They also have The Hobbit, which is a separate series that you want to do later because they made those films later on.
And they're not as good.
If,
They
if,
are
if,
not
If Harry
nearly as
does
good.
Lord of the Rings, then can you guys do another one of your gaming things? Because that's always fun to watch.
I don't understand what you're asking.
When like you and
War
Barry
of the
play
Realms
that,
or whatever
that
it is.
game.
World of Warcraft?
That's always very funny. To
Oh,
watch.
okay. There you go.
That's what you have to do. And also, who is that guy?
So there are 10 X-Men, and they're going to be facing off versus 10 characters from another dimension.
Oh, and that's Malcolm?
And they're battling, and they were meeting in these 2 issues. They were meeting for a fancy dinner, and people were trying to get information on each other and
that a
poison
nudist?
each other. These are very Egyptian. Yeah, these characters are very Egyptian, and in this the Marauders issue, which is issue 14, I really enjoyed. Mastodon says his nephew's been wanting to do that for a while. Oh, nice. There you go. So there they all are at their dinner table.
Where's Storm?
She's way over here.
Where's the Egyptian guy?
So there they all are at the dinner, the fancy dinner spread page. Spread page alert. So the Anubis guy that Kate was talking about is right there talking to Apocalypse.
Okay.
And there's this giant crocodile beast.
Are there any other Egyptian?
So they sit down to eat, and they start making some banter back and forth. But Storm starts talking to this gentleman. I believe he's known as Death. And so she's like speaking to him, and he's used to everybody being scared of him.
Oh, okay.
But she says, I've known Death my whole life. I'm not scared of you. I just like the way they play it. It's going to be a great battle and an apocalyptic soap opera. Yeah, I agree. So they kind of dance together.
The beautiful clam.
Yeah. I like the conversation between them. I've really enjoyed this series, I gotta say. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it, man. I'm still can't believe that I own those books, man. I'll share them here in just a second. Poison each other sounds like Twitter. Ha ha ha, Varangian. In fact, a lot of the issues over next week have, spilled goblets of wine, and the idea of poisoning people could be a big part of next week's issues, because they're all at this feast, and the shocking twist at the end of this is very dramatic. Wolverine quite dramatic at the end.
Can you tell us after the show?
Man Cave rules. His AOKs are always a delight. They're insane. Yeah, they are wild. Man Cave is on another level. Man Cave could get a smile out of
TK.
That's funny. Is TK in the chat? And Gray Man, hello to you. I'm having a little morning tea. Good morning.
BK Comics and Cosplay.
I didn't see... Oh, there he is, TK. I see TK.
Delphi and Kachung, where are you?
Hashtag free TK.
Where? Did you say that? I don't even see TK.
I remember when it was free comic.
It's right there with the little bat. He puts the little bat logo when he jumps in. Did you see Kachung, Kate?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said...
I was like, where are you?
Oh, they're everybody has their lives. You can't always show up for everything. I miss people's videos all the time.
That's true.
Oh. When is your Conan board game coming? Oh, Conan board game. That sounds exciting. Grandmaster is here. Hello.
Hmm?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, Comics on the Mind. I remember seeing that AOK. It was pretty nuts.
I wish you could send pictures in the chat.
I think it would make this quite complicated. Tea is very civilized. I agree.
Then why are you drinking it?
Ha ha. All right, who wants to share a book first? Girls, what's going on here?
Okay.
It is very Shakespearean, very Greek tragedy, actually, would probably be a great way to describe it.
We're learning about, what's it called? Islamic culture right now in school, and it's really boring.
The
but
history,
it's also kind of interesting.
the history of. Well, I thought you were learning about the history of Africa.
No,
No,
we
they
just
need-
finished with Islamic achievements.
Oh, so you were doing the Middle
Now
East,
we're learning.
and then now you're going
Oh,
Africa,
Sundura.
ancient civilizations. See, nobody can see you.
I'm sorry, there's kind of no room.
Well, you put your knees there if you turn that way. Yo, yo.
Stop, it's
What up,
okay.
yo?
Ow, I cut my finger the other day. It's like hurting my hand.
Glitter and
Okay.
duct tape. Hello. How you doing, Crystal?
Okay, sorry. This is the Land of Stories.
Now, yeah. Which book number is it? Oh, this is the character guide. The guide.
I love reading this one.
So, how many Land of Stories books are there?
6.
Okay, so for those that don't know, these are very popular. I would say 3rd grade through junior high books. They're written by an actor.
From Glee.
Yeah, from the TV show Glee, named Chris Colfer. He is a singer, actor, and novelist, writer. And so he wrote these stories having to do with two children who travel to the fables world, the fairy tale world, and interact with their ancestors.
Not
And,
their ancestors.
well, they have family connections.
Yeah, but like,
It's starting to rain.
Yay! I can put Planny out there.
Let's just so they interact with these fables, these fairy tale characters, and it's about the connections between these two. They're twins, right? The
connections
twins
between the worlds. Yeah.
and our world and their world.
That's Alex and Connor. Alex is the girl. Connor's the boy.
Okay.
Not Alec.
Alex. Alexandria. Probably.
Aggressively relaxing. Hello.
Okay, so basically, the stories are really interesting, but this one kind of is showing you, it tells you a little bit about each character, and it gives you little pictures, because sometimes when you imagine them, they're so different. Because, for example, their teacher in the first book is supposed to be really tall, but then, like, she's really short, so I don't know. It's kind of interesting to, like, see what the horses would look like or something, you know? Like, the big bad wolf, like all the princesses or something.
But
It's
they're
really
missing the princesses.
Okay, but so then they show you the villains, and they show you like.
Can
the
we show
kingdoms.
something? Why don't you pick a page that we can
Fairy
share?
kingdom.
You want to see the fairy kingdom?
It's
Okay.
really pretty.
Can I see it after?
That's a pretty watercolor. Anyway. And they give you a little breakdown of what it means, right? What it is.
And they do that with the characters too.
Yeah. Can I go back to a character?
Yeah, sure. You can pick Alex, Connor. I don't care.
Cornelius.
How about Claudius and Cornelius? Claudius is the big bad wolf,
Yeah.
But
and
she,
Cornelius
Charlie,
is.
don't spoil.
Don't give it away. Yeah. Cornelius is what? A Pegasus? A unicorn?
He's a unicorn.
A unicorn.
But his horn is kind of broken. That's why Alex.
So
plays
this
him.
is the land of stories. This is the ultimate book hugger's guide. And
which are some people
there's a
actually in
picture
the
of
book.
Chris if you've maybe seen him on the
He's
show
a book
Glee.
hugger.
He's the writer.
But
Really talented, incredibly talented gentleman.
you started reading it. What did you think of it?
I read the first two books. I thought they were very good. I think he's.
The second
I loved him on Glee. I thought he has a really unusual voice, but he's supremely talented.
Really?
I
He's
like
a
Chris
high-pitched
Cole for a
voice,
bunch.
right?
Who does the illustrations? Does it say?
Oh,
It should say on the
it
front.
should say it, but I don't think it does.
Let's go on the inside.
Oh look.
Good question, Jennifer.
Yeah,
Kirk said, "What book would I write?"
okay.
I've tried to. I'm in the middle of trying to write a fantasy novel, in the spirit of a Game of Thrones, and a detective story. And I've always got two or three that I'm trying to write. I've been doing so much YouTube and comic book stuff that I have been doing less of the creative writing stuff.
Illustrated
It's
by
so much
Brandon Dorman.
Yeah, let's hold that up. You
I'm
can see it.
writing a book.
I'll hold the page.
I'm writing a new book.
So, Chris Colfer and Brandon Dorman are the individuals involved with this one. But the series doesn't have a lot of illustrations. It's just a chapter book. With
Well,
at the
it's like
beginning
Harry
of chapter.
Potter. It
Yeah.
has like that little thing at the beginning. But
Right.
so basically, the first book is all about them getting stuck in the fairy tale world and they can't get out, and they have to do this thing called a wishing spell, and they have to try to get out of the fairy tale world, and they have to find these things and combine them, and then make a wish, and they can go home.
Nice.
So can
Of
I
course,
read it?
They don't know who they're.
You're gonna read the whole thing, or just
It's not that
okay?
long, right?
Hello to I saw Cookies in here. Good to see you, brother.
Okay. So, Glaus, they're fairy tale like objects that are famous. Glass that housed a lonely soul up till midnight's final toll. Cinderella's slipper. A saber from the deepest sea meant for a groom's mortality. That's like the saber from The Little Mermaid, the book, not the movie.
Okay.
The bark of a basket held in fright while running from a bark with bite. Red Riding Hood's basket. What?
I'm just reading the chat. You keep going.
A stony crown that's made to share, found deep within a savage lair. It's the Troll King's and Goblin King's crown.
Okay.
A needle that pierced the lovely skin of a princess with beauty found within. That's obviously Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
A wavy lock of golden hope that once was freedom's only hope.
That's
That's
Rapunzel's hair.
yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Glittering jewels whose value increased after preserving the false deceased.
This is the crystals used for Snow White's coffin.
Yes. Teardrops of a maiden fairy feeling neither magical nor merry. That's just like
I don't think I know that one.
No, it's a random fairy.
it's a random fairy.
Okay,
Like you can
a
just
fairy.
have it
Okay.
because fairies are always happy.
Gotcha.
But
Hello,
so-
Simon R. Thanks for coming by, man.
And then it shows you like some of the objects, and then it shows you.
my favorite thing.
Wait, Charlie. It shows you like these extra chapters that like happened when they were in the fairy tale world.
Gotcha.
They're really interesting, and then the author, like, what's it called? Interviews.
Oh,
Mother
so Chris
Goose.
Colfer imagines what it would be like if he could interview his characters.
Yeah, and it's really
That's
funny
funny.
because that's his favorite character.
Is Mother Goose?
Yes.
I
And she's
mean-
hilarious. And it tells you about how he got the inspiration. For Alex, he got his inspiration from his zodiac sign is Gemini, and that means he's constantly thinking and feeling two things at once. So
Sorry, Rod. I didn't say hi to you, man. I don't know how I missed you. Good to see you, brother. I hung out with Rod on Thursday night and TJ, and that was a lot of fun. So thanks for doing that again, brother.
and it shows you that he started thinking about the story when he was little.
He's got the
He drew that when he was little.
wow.
Yeah. And then it shows you like the first sketches for the books.
For the covers,
Yeah, it's really pretty. And then it shows you like the map and stuff.
Nice.
And it shows you like all these different things that they had to make. And it shows you like fan art that people made.
That's
And
cool.
they're
I like the one
really,
there where this
really
is the one
good.
that's with one thing from every book.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then the end, it just talks about him a little bit and like how to write, that kind of stuff. It's a really good, interesting book.
Nice. And for people who've read the whole series and love it, it's like the perfect
Amazing
addition, right?
for that. Yes.
So now you're gonna share something, Charlie?
What's my favorite?
Are you good?
villain and my favorite
I just want
villain.
to recommend it because it's like a really interesting, good series. I did feel like the last book was a little bit rushed. Like I feel like they could have had another book, but he didn't want to do it. I don't know. I was talking to my friend about it, and she was like, "Yeah, the last book was a little weird. Like it felt like too quick, and it was just done quickly, And at the beginning it was slow, and then it just went really quick, like it had to. I don't know. I just didn't like the last one as much, but the
But-
other ones are really good.
Nice. All right, what did you want to share?
This is my favorite non-good character.
Zima the
Esmea.
Esmea, sorry, the
The
Enchantress.
which is actually Maleficent. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Maleficent.
His version of Maleficent,
Okay.
because she never had a name in the actual story.
There you
So he
go.
named her
Yeah,
the
the Enchantress, right?
But her thing's so sad.
Nice.
That's my favorite good character.
You can't share a book? Oh my goodness.
Sorry,
Well, I
I'm
like-
kind of annoying you.
No, you're not.
No.
Oh,
I
annoying
brought
Charlie?
that up.
I don't know.
Poor this girl. She's such a poor girl.
Is this gonna take a while to find?
Maybe.
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 Crystal says she likes Esmea too.
How
The picture.
should I- Oh, the picture. Where's the girl?
I don't know. Who-
Lester.
Lester?
Lester.
A girl named Lester?
The boy. It's Mother Goose.
Oh,
Like Mother Goose's goose.
Mother Goose's goose.
Lester.
Lester.
The goose.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Squawk.
They're quite a pair.
Squawk.
There you go.
Okay, my first book
Here you go.
is
Zoomer's Summer
Snowstorm.
Snowstorm. Charlie's got a picture book here for y'all.
for y'all.
This is by Ned Young. Written and illustrated by Ned Young. Zoomer's Summer Snowstorm. Now there's a series of the Zoomer books, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have to hold them all up. I just want people to know if you like funny dogs or your kids like funny dogs, there's a bunch, right? The Zoomer series.
That's the second one.
The second one. Okay.
So this one is very funny because it's where it's a hot summer day, and Zoomer asks his mother if he can make a snow cone. So she says yes, but he has to clean up after. So he does it, and he flips the thing on, and then he's picking out the flavors, and he looks back, and there's like a whole big mess in the kitchen.
Oh no.
And
Of snow.
he hurries to go clean it up, but then he thinks, wait a minute, this could be fun. So he jumps out, gets on his hat and mittens, and his brothers are all like, hey, why are you wearing your mitten and hat? It's like 100 degrees. And then he says, not for long. And it comes shooting out. Splash page alert. And it's so cool.
Hello to Kevin from 1-2 Comic Talk, and hello to Greg from the Bearded Comic Bro. There you go. Sounds like he's trying to create winter early.
Mm-hmm. So he starts playing in it.
Oh man.
Wait till you see how he builds with it.
Oh yeah? You want me to ruin the whole book here?
Yeah, but
What am I showing? This?
this.
Oh my gosh.
He made all this with snow. And if you look, he's having a tea party with a penguin, a polar bear, and a walrus.
Where did he get the animals from?
The snow.
They came from the snow?
No, they got attracted to the snow.
Oh, they saw the weather and they came and joined.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best splash page ever. Literally a splash page. Hee hee.
I love the penguin guard.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
wait.
He makes the Polar Express.
There's a butterfly on every single page also.
Is there?
Mm-hmm. Morning butterfly.
He makes a Polar Express too.
Mm-hmm. Turn it off.
Oh my gosh. Man, this is a crazy, crazy world he makes. Is he going to get in trouble, you think?
Mm-mm. He cleans the kitchen.
He cleans it up?
The kitchen.
Oh, just the kitchen.
And then he's
Outside
like,
is
Zoomy,
still-
what
With
do you
a
want for
vacuum
dinner?
cleaner?
Uh-huh.
He uses a vacuum cleaner to clean that up?
Well-
And he says, Zoomy, what do you want for dinner? And she says, chili. A nice hot bowl of chili for such a cold day. And he's like, dear,
Did you say cold day?
and look, if you go on the next page, the butterfly, oh no, maybe it's this page. Yeah, see the butterflies with the other butterfly.
He made his ice sculpture work is pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Some
And then the
serious
first-
ice sculpture work
In
happening
the
here.
first one, he makes a big dinosaur from the sandbox.
A dinosaur from the sandbox. Huh?
It's bigger than the house.
So if you're looking for some Christmas picture books for kids who love dog stories, Ned Young is the writer-artist of the Zoomer books. There you go.
Ned Ryerson.
Needle-nosed Ned the head. Case Western High.
I did your sister from Julie Sarah.
Yeah, I did. I did your sister for a while until you told me
I
not
did
to.
the floating belly button trick.
I dated your sister for a little while, so you told me not to.
Oh man, you know you raised them right when they quote the best movies, right? I'm sure somebody in the chat will tell you what movie that's from, because I know Bearded Comic Bro is laughing. He knows what's up. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, not a lot of Neds around, huh? Schneebly, Ned Schneebly
From School of Rock.
from School of Rock. He's another good Ned. Ned Schneebly, Ned Ryerson. Is there another good Ned? I can't think of another Ned.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Wait, I have a question.
I'm sure you did.
What's Game of Thrones about? What's like the basis of it?
Game of Thrones is about a fantasy world, right? Of subtle magic and creatures, but mostly about kings and knights and rulers.
It's like
and
medieval.
medieval times, they're battling for power. The Game of Thrones is the idea that you are vying for sitting in the throne. And how do you get to that place? Do you raise an army and fight? Do you trick and poison somebody? It's all about trickery and control and power.
Because I was doing this thing with like, it was like a Jimmy Fallon interview that my mommy was showing us, where it was like the girl who plays Arya.
Arya
Is that her
Stark.
name?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, it was April's Fool, so they were like, she was like, well, I found out Arya died in the second episode, and then she was like she faked telling a spoiler. And
Right, because
I
Arya's
actually was like,
in several seasons of that show, so it's not really like you did that's
I
a
know,
ridiculous
but it was
statement,
like before
funny.
she passed away, or before the season came out.
Yeah, so
But-
the guy who wrote it, he tried to use real history of things that happened in Scotland, Ireland, England, and France, because there were a lot of rulers in those regions, and sort of looking at one giant continent and then an ocean and another giant continent, and how power struggles across all these areas, and then bring in subtle magic, and of course dragons play a part later on. But it's less about the fantasy stuff and more about the people and the clans, like the Stark family and the
Arya Stark, I think.
right, and you have these different families and how they're kind of bad. The Lannisters.
What's the one with like the girl with like the blonde hair? Like
She's a
white.
Targaryen, which is a group of a family that's very old that was connected to dragons. Their symbol is the dragon, and they used to fly dragons and raise dragons, but dragons have all sort of died off. There aren't any dragons anymore, haven't been dragons for quite a long time, and her family lost their position on the throne, and they've been chased across the ocean where they're in hiding. And a new family sits on the throne, the Baratheon family, and they're connected to the Lannister family, which has all the money. And then the Stark family is the main characters. They're from the far cold north, kind of like they're the Scots, up in the north of the UK. Joel is saying it's based loosely on the 100 Years' War, and yeah, lots of little things. You can see John's gears grinding as to how to explain it you want to explain it at a PG, not an R-rated. It's a very R-rated thing.
Great.
Yeah. Lots of weddings. Yeah, there are definitely weddings.
But also the other thing that I saw was like there was this meme that Mommy sent to me one time, and because we send memes to each other sometimes, and basically what it was like her, and she had like this thing that looked like an avocado in her hands. She was like staring at it like, and I think it was a dragon egg, but
Yeah,
she
there
was,
are
like,
towards the beginning, the blonde girl is forced to marry as a way to kind of try to
Unite.
recreate. Well, no, she needs to recreate her family's power that's long gone. And one of the wedding gifts is a box with 3 dragon eggs in it. But they're saying that they look like
they're not
rocks.
hatchable.
They're not hatching. They're not going to hatch. They're just rocks.
But she was like looking at it, and it was like the caption was, "When you find that perfect avocado in the store."
When you find that perfect avocado, there you
It
go.
was so funny.
Bearded Comic Girl says he liked the movie that we were quoting earlier, Ned the Head. He's asking, is it a time travel movie?
Not
What does
really.
Kate think? Kate says, no, it's not a time travel
It's
movie.
more like a reset of a day. I don't know what to call it. It's not time traveling because I feel like
What's the
you
movie?
have to
Just
have
so
like
he
a
knows
time
that you
machine.
know
It's
it.
Groundhog Day, but
Right.
like you have to have a time machine to be able to time travel. I'm guessing, or something that helps you. And there's nothing that really like comes back.
Right?
The radio is, yeah, but like
But
everything resets.
he's the
Something
only
with
thing that
him.
knows that there's time travel happening, right? Because for him, it's not
So
time travel.
it wouldn't. I don't think it would be time travel because if it was
Well,
time
maybe
travel,
for him it is, and then
because if it was time travel, then he wouldn't be there. His body from the past would be there,
interesting.
right?
I don't know.
Because if you go back in time, then it's yourself. Like if I was in the future and then I came back here, then my person would be here, and there would be 2 people, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a time travel movie.
Cookie says, John, when do you guys put up Christmas decorations? Since we know you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, it is the greatest Christmas movie.
Sharon agrees with you.
But no, we are big fans of Thanksgiving in this household, so we do not skip that holiday. I know a lot of people want to start decorating now, and we are not that family. It's my wife's favorite holiday, and mainly because the stress of gift getting and gift giving is a lot, and she just wants the family and the food, which is what you get at Thanksgiving. So for our household, Thanksgiving gets its own time, and we don't prep Christmas until we've felt like we had a Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and my birthday is really close to Thanksgiving, so it's like a big celebration time.
So yeah, we are big fan. John is the wrong guy to talk about action movies.
He has great taste in
man.
movies.
How many Thanksgiving movies are there? There really aren't that many. I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is number one. It is the it's the high watermark. There are others, but for me, it's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and then everything else. Just everything else. That's just me.
Is this a bowl cut?
Yeah, you could replace me. Kate knows her movies.
Is that a bowl cut?
It looks a little like a bowl cut.
No,
You want me to show
no
people?
bowl cut.
So this is Crush by Svetlana Chamkova.
She's Russian, I think.
It sounds Russian. And that guy right there, I think he's got a bowl cut. It's got the mushroom. It's like a mushroom-shaped head.
So weird.
No one is skipping Thanksgiving. We are in first Christmas right now. We celebrate Thanksgiving on that day and then move on to second Christmas. There you go. That's hilarious. I am preparing already for Krampusnacht, which is like Krampus is like the evil Santa Claus, right? He's the one that like punishes bad kids, right? Dude, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is his favorite comedy. There's Biggie Shaq with the truth, dropping truth bombs.
Is Pocahontas a Thanksgiving movie? I mean, technically, it takes
Pocahontas
place.
is a Thanksgiving movie? No, that's a crime to Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah, probably.
That is, she's not even at the first Thanksgiving, so it doesn't really work.
Sacagawea is at the first.
No, she
No.
was not. She was alive long after the first Thanksgiving.
She takes the Lewis and whatever.
Lewis and Clark, yeah, which means
she
we already
takes
had
them-
presidents. And,
yeah.
I'm gonna do
It's
my second
I'm
book.
sorry, I'm like so distracted.
It's all right. It's all good. Krampus is huge in Austria. Oh, is he? All right. There you go. You better behave or you'll be hauled off in a sack or something. Good movie, Perry. Honestly, it's the best. Everything else you'll watch is gonna be it's pretty good, but Planes, Trains is the best. Let's see. Marvel or DC, chat? What do you guys want? Girls, what do you want? Marvel or DC? Kate's saying that one. What do you want, Charlie? Which book? A Marvel book or a DC? You want the DC book? She's voting DC.
We both
I got
did.
2 votes for
Woo!
DC. I live in Krampus's sack since 30 years old. Okay, due to COVID, the Krampus parade might not happen. Oh, there you go. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah. We're in pre-Christmas. DC, says Todd Christian. There we go. So we're going to go with the DC book I grabbed this week, which is Deceased. Ooh, look at that. Mylar glare. I don't put a lot of books in Mylar when I get them on New Comic Book Day, but these movie variants are pretty awesome. So I did load that one up.
What's a movie variant?
A variant is an alternative cover to a comic book. And these are movie variants because they take movie posters, old movie posters, sometimes old, and then they change them with putting the characters in the comic on the cover instead. So this is an older movie. It looks like a movie poster, right? It's designed to look like it's got credits in movie poster style, but it's a cover for the book. So this is Deceased issue 5.
I like that one.
This is the new Wonder Woman. She's blonde. It's Wonder Girl. She's become Wonder Woman now. So she's the one that took over the job. Does anybody know what movie this is for? I thought this was for an actual Wonder Woman movie. I can't remember what cover this goes for. What movie poster they are homaging here. I was not sure. Issue 3 of Deceased is still the best one they've done. Issues 4 and 5 have been good. They're not bad. I'm starting to realize that maybe it's just the whole point is Tom Taylor wants to do a horror movie in the DC universe, and so he has all the horror movie tropes, all the things that you do in a horror movie, are just. It is for the Wonder Woman movie. Thank you, Gray Man. All those horror movie moments, they're capturing them here. So that means when the victim runs back into the house instead of getting in her car and driving away, you're like, oh, why are you doing that? You're so stupid. You're doing the same stuff here. Where a character does something, you're like, why are you doing that? You're so stupid. Don't do that. Don't open that door. And the characters are doing it. So I think maybe it's just part and parcel with Deceased in general, where characters do things that you're like, what are you doing? Why are you being an idiot? Right? Nobody's taking it as seriously as the audience. Everybody in the story, doesn't necessarily think as clearly as the audience.
Look at this.
What is that, groundhog?
It's a porcupine, but it's
That's
so
a porcupine?
Cute. It's a hedgehog.
A hedgehog, that's what it is.
So cute.
A cute little hedgehog.
Purple crap. Oh,
Porcupine.
There he is.
it's a hedgehog.
He looks like he's in a coffee cup.
He's so cute.
So I would probably give it you need to read all 3 Deceased books, so I know you're frustrated with, I need to read all, so I know what you're frustrated. There you go, Kirk. That's why DC characters are dumb. It makes more sense to me that's why they're making the bad choices that they make. It's not bad writing, it's intentional
Daddy,
writing.
what
They
is-
want to copy horror movie writing.
What does LMAO mean?
Laughing my off.
My hoo-ha.
No. Booty.
Other end.
A. Your A
Sorry.
off. Laughing your A off.
Your butt. Just
There you
your
go.
butt.
Well, I don't know that we need to.
LMDA.
I've liked some issues. I've had issues with other issues. And I really want to read Unkillables because I heard that's one of the best ones. I just haven't gotten around to it. And the price of the trade is like... but I think it's on the DC app now, so I can go and just watch or read that whole story. Remove Perry from the chat. No, Perry's doing all right.
Perry's a nice guy. Usually.
Don't remove him.
John agrees with me. So, I mean, I'm enjoying this 5 issues more than I enjoyed the original story. I'm not sure if there's just one more. I'm not sure how many more issues are left. They've got some big things coming up because Darkseid, the zombie version of Darkseid, is now back. And he's destroying planets and things. There's a lot of things going on around. Absolutely. So there was some stuff I dig. I like that Mr. Miracle and John Constantine are getting a lot more time as opposed to Jonathan Kent, who I don't necessarily like the way he's being written, so I'm not enjoying him as much. So, the girls are falling asleep. You guys want to share one more each and then we'll bounce? What do you got? You wanted to share this one?
No, I want to share the verse.
Okay. So that's me on Deceased.
The Martian. I have already seen this movie, and I thought
People
it
can't
was
see you.
really good. I really like the book too.
You've
'cause it
seen the
gives you
movie
more
and read the
detail.
book.
Yeah, and this read the book like the Martian's cover of the planet. Sorry, that was
Sorry,
bad.
I couldn't hear what you're saying.
Nothing. It doesn't matter. But basically, this man named how can I forget? Mark Watney. Sorry.
Mark Watney, yeah.
Watney. Okay. Sorry.
He's a astronaut and a botanist, and he gets left behind on Mars when there's an emergency evacuation,
Because of a big storm.
and everybody thinks he died.
Mhm.
And come to find out, he didn't, and now he's got to survive on his own
For
until he can be
almost
rescued.
2
Well, don't give it
years.
away. But most people have seen the movie if they haven't read the book, I'm
It
sure.
has Matt Damon in the movie.
Great film, never read the book, says Cookie. There you go. Boom.
The book's
I watched the
really
movie.
good.
I watched the movie to not read the book, says Perry. There you go. It's a great movie. Ridley Scott did an amazing job on the filmmaking, and then of course Matt Damon and the all-star cast are all great. But the book gives a ton of the science, and that's the part that I geek out on a little bit, was the way they did all the science in the book. I think it's really, really clever the way they did it. Andy Weir, spent a lot of time talking to people at NASA and other scientists and theoretically kind of going through how you would do this or that. Very interesting. The film is incredible, Todd. It's very much like Castaway, very similar to Castaway in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that movie.
But the science of they really spent a ton of time on the science, and I think that's the best part. You should do book react videos, Perry. He's planning it. Oh my gosh, it just get ready for me to watch for 11 hours of just looking at a book, and then he every once in a while goes, ah, ooh. That'll be the reaction video.
But it's really
Perry
interesting.
reading a book.
He gets
reacting.
stuck on Mars, and he doesn't really know how to survive.
Right.
He is a botanist, but you can't really grow much on Mars. So he tries to natural resources, or resources that he has,
Right.
and he combines them, and like he makes some oxygen, he makes water, he makes some potatoes.
Yeah, he needs food,
But it's
water, and
crazy.
air, and he's got to figure out how to create that on an environment where none of those things exist naturally.
But Mars really hates him, and Mars just keeps
Well,
whapping him.
I would argue that Mars is Mars, and it's not going to be anything different. And he has to bend it to his will.
It's like every time there's something good that happens, then something bad happens.
They say there are three kinds of stories. There's man versus man, meaning good guy versus bad guy. There's man versus himself, which is, dealing with your own personal flaws and how to make yourself stronger. And then there's man versus nature. Man versus his surroundings, being... You read the book Hatchet, right? When you were in...
I did not.
You did not read Hatchet? Oh, what a great book. About a boy
I
who
haven't,
gets
though.
stranded in the wilderness with only a hatchet as his only
started reading
his
it.
only way to survive.
Like the pilot gets a heart attack.
It's like a small axe.
The plane goes down. I started reading it, but I never.
You
finished
use it to like chop wood, a little hand axe,
Yeah, we
tiny
didn't
thing.
really read it in 6th grade. We just read Westing Game and
Mm-hmm.
The Giver.
And so when you read a book, you sometimes start looking like, is this a man versus man? Like, is there a good guy versus bad guy struggle here? Is this a man versus himself? He's trying to better himself in some ways. Or is it a man versus nature? Now, sometimes it's all of those. Like Iron Man, the original movie, he is a lot of man versus man, but it's also man versus self. There's a lot of Tony trying to overcome himself. Lots of good stuff there. Man versus food, hilarious.
So, the other thing is whenever he talks.
Man versus nurture.
Whenever he talks to like the people, like Venkat. Kapoor,
Okay.
Like whenever he talks to the scientists, like texting them, it's so funny, and so all his words are like broadcasted,
Yeah,
and then he says a bad word,
right.
and then he's like, "Watch your language. Everything you type is being broadcast all over the world," and then he makes that.
Yeah, whenever he finds out that every message he sends from Mars to Earth is being sent across the globe, he decides to be Mark Watney, which is to be funny, and it cracks me up.
He's hilarious. We tried making that also.
I did not want to mention Gray Man saying Perry should start by reading and doing a reaction to The Hungry Caterpillar because it's a roller coaster story.
Yeah, the Hungry Caterpillar.
So emotional.
A lot of people saying they loved The Hatchet when they were a kid. I loved that book. I thought that book was just amazing. Ruben Guzman. Hello, sir.
I have some books for him to read. He can read a Good Night, Good Night.
He should read The Grinch.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
Not for that. I mean, I just did, and it was me. It wasn't like anyways.
But that was a really good one.
And the Runaway Bunny.
It was a what?
That was a good voice.
Thank you.
And the Hungry Caterpillar.
Hungry Caterpillar, the bunny, and what else?
Runaway Bunny.
Runaway Bunny. Those are the two. Runaway Bunny is a good story.
Now look.
Do you want to share one more book, or are we done?
Yeah, I want to show Jurassic.
You want to show the dresses inside of
Oh, look.
Prince and the Dressmaker. This is a graphic novel by Jen Wang.
Jed Wang.
And didn't we find out about this when we were in San Francisco?
Yep.
And it's a graphic novel, and we found out about it, and then you put it on a wish list or something, and we got it for Christmas or something.
I got it for Secret Santa from Roxana. It's
There you
cool.
go. So
Miss Logan.
pretty dresses.
But I want to show them the best one that they make. My favorite one in this
You want to find the best one?
No, it's not the other
Corduroy,
one.
yeah, that's a good one. Did I miss Charlie talking about
What
Dick
did you
Tracy
say?
Digest yet? She did not dig out her Dick Tracy Digests today, Greg. I asked her if she wanted to. She said, nope, I don't feel like it today. So
Hey,
I will let you know before, as early as I can when that happens.
Can I say something funny?
I'll probably, I don't know. Let's hear it.
So I was doing this thing where it was like funny kid answers on tests, because you look at those sometimes, right?
Right.
And so this one was like, how to solve overpopulation in the world. Give an example. And someone said the Hunger Games.
Oh, jeez. That's
What
dark.
is it?
So savage.
Say it again. Say it again.
That they could solve overpopulation by with the Hunger Games.
Oh wow.
Do you find a picture of your dress yet?
These are all the dresses that he made for him.
Okay. Which one is the one, though? You said you were going to share the one, the dress.
Really like that one.
Is that the only picture of it?
Yeah.
They don't show it beyond that?
Sadly, that's the only picture you see of it.
Okay. It's not a very
That's
good
my favorite.
drawing of it. It's bright red, and it looks like it has like little details all the way down it.
Yeah, it's so pretty though.
Hello to Comico Dino. Good to see you, sir. Happy Saturday. Although your Saturday is probably winding down, right? Let's see, 18 hours.
Daddy.
So dinner time.
Daddy, if someone made a song called Yawn and you're just yawning it the whole time, would that be copyright if you yawn on a live stream?
Well, technically there would be no music, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like saying that those people who do the jingle bells with cat noises, that your cat can't meow.
Meow, 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 meow. Oh, that's Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah,
Never
that's
mind.
Jingle Bell Rock.
I like
Meow,
that song.
meow,
more.
meow, 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 meow,
meow,
meow, meow, meow,
meow.
meow. Right? Can we get copyrighted for that because we make meow noises, or if my cat walks through and makes a meow noise?
No.
Right. Sorry to do Christmas songs on November 7th. We do not
can't
believe
think
in
of a
celebrating
nice
early. It
Sunday
just was the
song.
first song that came to my head.
Meow, meow, meow.
Okay, stop.
Oh yeah,
Stop.
I don't know how to say it. Corduroy. That was
Corduroy,
Corduroy.
the bear.
Yeah, he was. Oh, I love that. book. They made a second one, but it wasn't
He's
as good.
the best. He lost his button and had to find the button.
Yep.
I
He
thought you were
did.
gonna make it rhyme.
He lost the button.
We are gonna go
He
now.
lost the button.
I am on again tonight doing movies and drinks. It's been a few weeks. So if you want to come hang out with us tonight, Bearded Comic Bro and I, we're going to have at least one, if not two special guests. And we're going to be talking about crime movies, talking about our favorite gangster movies. We're going to be looking back across what we came up with and hear some great comments from friends who want to mention their favorite crime movies. And then we'll be announcing what we'll be doing for the rest of November and December. We've got a fun kind of idea for what we want to do, and we would love to have other guests join us for the next round of episodes that we're going to be doing for drinks and movies. So I hope to see some people there tonight. Are you girls good? What's
Yeah.
wrong? You want to share the kitty cat?
Yeah.
Your Halloween kitty?
Yeah. Its name is Blackie.
Blackie.
Blackie or Monarch?
What does it say?
Witchy, but I
Witchy.
don't like that name.
Oh, you don't like that name?
So I'm gonna name
Why
it
Monarch? What is
because
Monarch?
it's the colors of the monarch butterfly.
Oh, okay. Monarch butterfly color. There
That's
you
my
go.
favorite animal, Charlie.
Well, now it's a monarch.
There you go.
That's monarch. And same thing with
Monty.
and Kate. I also made an art thing at school, and it's the colors of the monarch.
There you go.
I
All right.
like that one.
Just
We're
for
going to
you.
get out of here so we can get our day going. Put some comic books away, file some things. Should be a very good time tonight. I agree, Greg. It'll be a lot of
And a
fun.
rainy day. So
You're
yay.
gonna read some stuff today?
No, rainy day.
Oh, it's gonna be a rainy day. Yeah,
Inside all day.
be sitting inside,
And
have some
rainy
popcorn or
day.
something. It's fun. All right, everybody, have a great day. Hope to see some people in some chats. I'll be jumping in and out. I'll be definitely over there at the Comic Chop News at 2:30 my time, 5:30 Eastern. I'll be in the chat listening to their stuff. I'll be over watching Just a Rican and his comics when he does Coast to Coast comics tonight at 5 my time, 8 Eastern. So I'll be in and out of some chats all day. Hope some people are having a good time. And yeah, happy weekend, everybody.